work on me. I have to work on me. But I'm not lost anymore.
We came from roaches on the floor, a notice on the door, baking soda in the jar, but now we focus on the law. It's like soap up in a cloth, the way it's soaking and it wash. It's something like good dope, cause it's potent and it's raw.
I used to post up out the store, work stashed behind the door. Everything I had was pure, so fiends was coming back for more. The Most High opened my eyes, and then I seen that I was flawed. Now I'm addicted to these laws because they potent and they raw. I was in and out of jail, cause in the streets, yeah, I was lost. Trying to be like all the hustlers, they don't tell you it's a cause.
Shalom, 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 family. First and foremost, I have to give all praises, all glory, and all honor unto the Most High God, Yahawah. Of course, I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahawah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. It's your brother Ariala of Sakari, and I am excited to present to you, the nation of Israel, the official Hebrew Israelite Bible. Now, this has been the culmination of 4 long years of hard work, and it is available for purchase at HIBofficialzion.com. Get yours today.
Shalom, Mark.
Shalom, shalom.
Yeah, man. Before we start anything, man, I'm gonna say this real quick. Call all Yahawah by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai, man. And with that, brother, how you say your name?
Which name is showing up? Yaakov or Yadio?
Shit. I can't quite see it because I'm on my laptop.
Just go with Yadio, yeah.
How you say it one more time?
Yadio.
Okay. Kind. Right. So do you believe the Sabbath is Friday, Saturday?
I don't.
What do you believe it is?
Well, I'm still working on the actual day. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I don't. I believe in a 7-day Sabbath for now. Let me just say it like that.
So, do you keep a Sabbath?
Yeah, I keep a Sabbath.
When did you keep it?
I'm keeping it today.
Why today?
Well, I was doing some calculations. You said you really don't deal with the book of Enoch, but I was doing some calculations, and what I came across kind of aligned me with this day for now. But again, I can't definitively say that this is the day.
So you can't definitively say. Wait, hold up. All right. So, in the comment section on the video, you said we were wrong for what we were teaching as far as the Sabbath is based off of the moon, but correct. you can't definitively say when your Sabbath is.
I can't. I even though let me say this, man. I'm working on this calendar, right? And as many people as I can get to help me work on this calendar to get to the truth, that's the only thing I'm about. So yeah, I'm like everybody else. I'm lost somewhere.
Okay, so how can you say we're in error for teaching it's based off of the moon?
Well, so you guys are teaching that the Shabbats fall based on the lunar cycle, right? But that's not truly scriptural.
Why
right?
not?
Well, it's plenty of scripture to support that's not true.
So
right?
what about the feast days? Are they after the moon?
Yeah, they after the moon. So they're determined by the moon.
Okay, so let's go in the Bible real fast.
All right, let's do that. Right.
Could you well, I'll just pull it up. Well, actually, Oz or Don Waller, can you pull it up? Because my computer's on my laptop. Go Leviticus 23.
Yes, sir.
And remember, you said the feast days are off the moon, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You gonna present your screen? Oh, yeah. There you go.
Okay. You're the brother that, really quick, you're the brother that kind of rewrote the Bible. Is that correct?
Rewrote the Bible?
Yeah, or you did a rendition of it?
No, that's Ariala.
Okay, that's another brother. Okay.
And it wasn't like he didn't rewrote the Bible. He just
it wasn't out of disrespect that I was saying.
No, I got you. I just want to correct something real fast. He he didn't rewrite it. He basically put it in chronological order, and all the names where you see like Yiddish Hebrew names, he made them into Paleo.
Gotcha. Makes
Just
sense.
things like that, and corrected a little bit of things that King James has in error, like Easter. Instead of Easter, is Passover.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't got my hands on it, but I'm definitely gonna purchase it.
God, I would too. What
Okay.
Don't you gonna
Yeah,
pull
what
it?
verse you needed?
Leviticus 23:2.
All right, this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 2. It reads, "Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which you shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts."
So now it's about the name of the feast. Look at the first feast of names.
Verse 3, 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, and holy convocation. You shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
So we see you even admit that the feasts are based off of the moon. Right here in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 2, Moses is telling you about the feast of the Lord, and the first one it names is the Sabbath.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but that's not that kind of feast, right?
Then why does it call it a feast then?
I understand. This is establishing like some rules, basically, because you're gonna get this again. I think it's either in Exodus or Deuteronomy, but this is, or it might be Numbers. I'm sorry, it might be Numbers. But this is just establishing some rules. So let's look at the rule itself, right? The rule itself says work 6 days, Shabbat on the 7th. That's the rule, right? It doesn't say that it's determined by the moon. Now what I'm trying to say to you is our feast days. So for like the other days outside of the Shabbat, the feast days, those are established by the moon. Okay. But the Shabbat, the rule is work 6, Shabbat 7.
Okay, Yariel. So what is verse 2 talking about?
Yeah, I was about to ask. Like it literally says that ye shall proclaim. It says which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation. Even these are my feasts. We see that the Shabbat is a holy convocation.
I'm not,
that it's
but it does not tell you that the moon is establishing it.
It does. Well, hold up. It real fast. It does though when you look at that Hebrew word for in its seasons. Look at who's controlling Danwala?
Yeah,
go look at that word for seasons right there.
In verse 2, which one? Oh, in verse 4.
Proclaiming their seasons. Yeah, verse 4.
Right. So he's gonna. This is where he's gonna start establishing the seasonal, right? The seasonal feast. But
Look, hold on, brother. It says in there, this word right here is moed or moad. It's like it means like the appointed time.
I understand. Listen,
even right here it says in biblical
look.
usage to set feast like to set a feast day, and we see the Sabbath numbered in
It's
this.
It's not. The Sabbath comes before he establishes this saying. Okay, so prior to that, he establishes the Sabbath, but then he says, "These are the feast days, even the holy assemblies, which he shall proclaim in their appointed times." Now he's finna start with the appointed times.
But why does it say feast though in verse 2?
I understand it's a feast because we feast on the Shabbat.
So then it makes it a feast day.
So it makes it a feast day.
I'm not taking away from that it's a feast day, but it's not a feast day that's established in a season.
Hold up, brother. Season. The word season means appointed time. Like the Sabbath, the appointed time is like the 7th day.
Right.
So it's like the 7 days from relative to the first day.
Right. That's right. So that's the appointed time for the Shabbat is the 7th day from the initial work day. Right. And that's consistent.
Yes, but it says it's a feast day and it's a season though.
Now, okay, so let's take it further down, right? Let's keep reading, okay, and we can go past this second section right here, and we can go straight to number 9, and then we're gonna jump back over to number 15 on Leviticus 23. Okay,
You talking about verse 9?
I'm sorry, yeah, verse 9. We're gonna do
Okay,
verse 9 and then verse 15.
while I hit back real quick though, before we go there, because I don't want to leave this point.
Okay.
So looking at verse 2, scroll up to verse 2.
God.
Looking at verse 2, it says, "Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them concerning my feast, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts." Right. So the next one, it literally says the Sabbath. So the Sabbath is a feast day. We know the feast days are off of the moon. If the Sabbath is a feast day, that means it's off of the moon.
No, this again, you got to look at every verse like specifically, because again, as you already established, the ones that fall in an appointed time or fall in their seasons are the ones established after the Shabbat. But if you let me go down further, I'm gonna prove it to you.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Everybody's seen that. Go ahead.
So do you want me to read?
Just prove your point.
No, I'm saying we need to read to prove the point.
Yeah, read, brother.
Yeah, go read.
Okay. And Yahawah spoke unto Moshe, saying, "Speak unto the children of Yasharal, and say unto them, when you are coming to the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, and ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruit of your harvest unto the priest, and he shall wave the sheaf before Yahawah to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Shabbat, the priest shall wave it." Right. So whenever you bring that, whenever you grab that first fruit, right, you're gonna take it to the priest on the day after whatever your next Shabbat is coming up, right? All right. So when we get up to verse 15, it says, "And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Shabbat, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Shabbats shall be complete, even unto the morrow after the 7 Shabbat shall be numbered 50 days." Now, on a lunar calendar, you could never do that.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Show me the math. Show me how you can get to a Shabbat in 50 days on a lunar calendar.
You would just count. You would just count them, brother. I'm gonna be honest with you. You would just count the days.
Right. So if you count 50 straight days, right? 50 straight days.
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna be too far ahead on your last Shabbat. You're not gonna make it.
No, you're not.
Yes, you are.
That literally, honestly, that kind of takes account of the transitional days.
Okay. How? So let me establish this really quick. Okay. I honored the lunar Shabbat for a second, and so I understand it. Right. I've already been in that, so I get what it is. All right.
But hold on, brother. But what are you in now, though?
Say it again.
I said, though, what are you in now, though?
Well, I do the solar Shabbats, but a lunar appointed times for the feast.
What is that though? Like, if I ask you to explain that to me, what does that look? What days do that fall on?
So if you want me to truly explain it, we got to go to the book of Enoch.
I mean, we got to say that one more time.
If you want me to truly explain it, we have to go to the book of Enoch.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so you want so I can't. I mean, I can't truly give it to you. I mean, I could give you a overview of what he says, so I can
just give us a summary, brother. Because
I mean, before we even do that, like we're talking about a law in Torah. Mm-hmm. You should be able to explain it in Torah instead of pseudepigrapha.
Well, again, the thing is, what you guys are not doing, you're not establishing how you honor the Shabbat for 6 days and rest on the 7 consistently.
We do that by counting it. Like we do that.
Okay.
Hold up, brother. Okay. Where we are right now is you claim that the way we're teaching it, the way we honor it, is incorrect. Mm-hmm. But what we're doing right now is putting your understanding of it underneath the microscope.
Understand?
So I'm asking you, the Torah is where we see the Sabbath being instituted.
Correct.
So if you shouldn't have to go to pseudepigrapha to explain a Torah-based concept.
I don't have to go to that to explain my concept, but I have to go to that so you can understand how I established my day.
I mean, well, I don't respect what they call the Book of Enoch because it's not the actual Book of Enoch.
That's fine. We're not here to debate the book of Enoch. You were just asking me, how did you come about? Can you explain to me how you came about your understanding, right?
I would like to see it.
And I'm just trying to tell you, I can't just throw you out some information. I have to give you a feasible source that exists that you can go look at yourself and say, okay, I understand how he came to this, but I have to explain it through that understanding. I can't explain it to you.
Well, brother, no, you
Okay.
see, you didn't understand what I asked you. What I'm
Okay.
saying is like where we see the Sabbath first instituted is the Torah.
That's
We
right.
don't see it in the book of Enoch. Well, I mean, I don't believe that's the actual true book of Enoch. So that's Chronicles of Narnia for me. So
I'm not.
Hold up, brother.
Okay.
Hold up, brother. So what I'm asking you, if we know that this is a Torah-based concept, just show it to me in the Torah.
All right, so
because we can do that. I don't need anything outside of the Torah to explain this Torah-based concept.
All right.
So could you do the same?
So we're not gonna worry about how I established how I got to where I am. Let's just prove that the Shabbat is work 6 days, rest on the seventh. Right? That's what you want me to do, right?
What I want you to prove the Sabbath you keep in the Torah. That's what I wanted. That's what I want to see.
Right, but then that means I have to tell you, okay, I keep my Sabbath on a Wednesday. I have to use a Roman type of day to explain it to you, right? Instead of saying it's the seventh day. Do you understand what
Let's do this. Oz and Downwall. Am I saying this weird? Like, am I?
No, I think I'm gonna just be honest with you. I just want to ask the brother. So you're saying your Shabbat is today, right?
Right, correct.
Today is Wednesday, right? So you just count. So after when the sun goes down tonight, your Shabbat is over.
My Shabbat, yes. When the day ends, my Shabbat is over. Correct.
So after that, you just count 7 days.
That's right.
Okay. Well, what Yadi is trying to ask you is, how do you know that this seventh day was like Wednesday? Like, when is the first day of the month? Let's just start there. When is the first day of the month?
So, which month? The first day of
any month? Like when it's the beginning of a month? How do I know it's the beginning of the month? The first day of a month after 30 days.
All right, just hear me out for 1 second.
Go ahead, brother.
All right. To establish a month, that is done with the moon, right? Okay, but to establish a solar month is different. Right?
So you go off a solar month?
Yeah, that's what we all understand. Anybody that does a Friday, Saturday, it doesn't matter which day they choose, they're going off of a solar month.
So where do we see a solar month in the Bible?
Yeah, like that's what there we go. Now we getting somewhere. Yeah.
So let me ask y'all a question real quick. Okay, you asked me what do you see a solar month in the Bible? How long is a year?
Brother, that's like we're like I said before, right? We're putting you claimed what we believe in is incorrect. We're asking you to show us what you believe in.
Okay, so let's
you
go
don't
back.
have to ask us a question.
Right,
show us what you believe in.
That's fine. So let's go back to where I was. So again, there is no way to physically get to 50 days using a lunar Shabbat, and I'm going to show it to you mathematically.
Whoa, brother, that wasn't the question that was proposed to you.
It doesn't matter. We're not talking about the question no more because apparently I can't answer the question.
No, you can answer it's like, hold up, brother. I don't think you're understanding. Like you said the months are determined by the moon. I agree. But then you said the Sabbaths are based off a solar calendar. So I'm asking you, can you show me that in the Torah?
Okay, and I'm asking you, can you truly show me that the month, that the lunar month establishes the Shabbat?
We can do that, but we're talking about what you believe in currently.
Right, that's fine. But listen, the reason that we're not going to really get anywhere on this is because you're trying to force me into a space. Right,
brother. I'm not forcing you to your. I'm not forcing you into a space. I'm asking you to explain.
Brother, we are not forcing you in a space, brother. We've been literally. Adawan has been literally just asking you questions. He's been asking you to explain, and I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. It don't seem like you even understand it yourself.
But listen, if I can't take you to where my explanation comes from. Right, like you keep saying that,
brother. If you ask me, hey, brother, how do you do your new moon? I don't really. oh, if you ask me, how do you do your Sabbath? I don't have to really give you scripture. I just say, oh, well, I go off the new moon. That's the first day of the month. Then I count 7 days after. Boom. We just looking for an explanation like that.
All right, and then my next question is, after that, how do you maintain that 7-day Sabbath consistently?
I just keep counting.
But you don't, because what you do, you'll start another new moon to start the 7 days back over.
I wouldn't need another new moon, bro.
Well, hold up, I was like, see,
we're not getting into that. This
is what I mean, though. Hold on. This is what I mean. Like when brothers don't like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I'm not trying to be rude when I say this. When brothers don't fully grasp what they believe in, you start trying to now put the microscope on us. We have an established understanding about when the Sabbath is and how to keep it. I'm asking you to display yours. I don't care about the book of Enoch because we're talking about the Torah.
Let's go back to number 2 through 4. We're gonna read that again because apparently, like, you guys are not understanding that the moon is not establishing this specific feast.
Well, brother, hold on. Before we get there, you made a claim about what we're talking about. What you believe in? You made a claim about how I'm gonna say it. This is the second time I'm saying this. You made a claim about how the month is based off of the moon, and then you said the Sabbath is based off the solar calendar. I'm asking you, since you believe that, can you show me that in the Torah?
Yeah, I'm doing it
where
right
in Genesis or Deuteronomy do we see that?
What I'm saying is, do you want to see those specific words?
I want to see something.
Right, and so I'm establishing that right here. Okay, you're trying to make it like the work 6, rest 7 doesn't go on forever. Like you think that it's, so you're telling me, all right, so let me just say this. You're telling me that once the moon establishes the month, you're gonna keep going 7 days that way, right?
Brother, we're not talking about what we believe in. I'm asking you about what you believe in.
Scripture. But we're talking about the scripture.
Okay, so show us in Leviticus 23 right now how the sun determines the Shabbat. Just show
us. That's all you have to do. So really. Here it is. So I'm trying to establish it. So 6 days. Okay, 6 days you're going to work. 7th day you're Shabbat. Okay, you're going to keep doing that for the rest of the year. Okay. You're not gonna stop at any moons. You're gonna do that because the sun has a 364-day year, which is 100% divisible by 7. That's why you're gonna do it that way.
How do we know that? How do we know that the year is 365 days?
I don't know I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, well, you said that though. It's not. I don't believe that.
But I'm just saying, I don't know how you determine what the sun is doing besides telling you what Enoch showed you. And what I've seen in the progress of the sun. That's the only thing I could tell you.
Well, brother, like you yourself claimed that there's 365 days in a year.
364.
364 days in a year, right?
Correct.
So where do we see that Hebraically? Like when I say Hebraically, I mean in the Torah.
I understand, but listen, everything that God created, you don't have to see it in the Torah. It's right there in our face.
Well, that's problematic because the idea of a Sabbath is based off of the Torah. It's a law.
Right. But it's based off a set day. That's all I'm saying. It's set, right? This day is set. So work 6, Shabbat 7. You'll keep doing it. Work 6, Shabbat 7. Work 6, Shabbat 7 forever.
Okay, so let's do this, right? I don't think you're going to answer that question. Can we go to Ezekiel 46?
Yeah.
Because since you believe that it's fixed, right?
I just want to say, brother, you said that it's 364 days in a year. It's 365.
That's what man has told you. That's what you believe.
So
right?
I'm not even finna entertain it. Go ahead.
Right. I mean, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to entertain. I knew where it's gonna go.
Let's just read it.
So read Ezekiel 46, brother. I want you to explain this to me.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and read it.
This is Ezekiel 46 in verse 1.
Give me get that real quick.
Go ahead,
46.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, I'm there.
This is Leviticus 46 in verse 1. It says, "Thus said the Lord God, the gate of the inner court that looketh toward the east shall be shut the 6 working days, but on a Shabbat it shall be opened, and in the day of the new moon it shall be opened."
So if the new moon isn't fixed, it could be on any one of the 7 days, but the Sabbath is fixed. How does this work? Because it says it has to be shut 6 working days.
Mm-hmm.
So how does this work if the Sabbath is fixed?
Right. So again, hold on. Let me read the text one more time so I can
Go
understand your
ahead.
question. Okay. The gate of the inner court. All right. So your question to me is again. Ask me. I'm sorry.
So you believe the Sabbath day is a fixed day,
Right.
and the new moon, we all know the new moon isn't fixed. It can come on a Friday, a
Anytime.
Monday,
Right. Right.
like any time.
Right.
So
Right.
let's say you believe the Sabbath is Wednesday. It's
Right.
that for the whole year, correct?
Right.
What
Mhm.
if the new moon comes in on Sunday?
And so,
Is
what does
that
that mean? What does that mean in reference to the text we just read?
I'm explaining it. If the new moon comes in on a Sunday,
Mhm.
that's 1, 2, 3 days. That's only 3 working days.
Well. Now the new moon is not a Shabbat.
I didn't say that. I
Okay.
believe that, but that's not that's not the point of contention right here. The
But
point of contention is right here in the text. It says the gates should be shut 6 working days, and it
mhm.
should be open on the new moon and the
Mhm.
Sabbath. So
Okay.
if the Sabbath is fixed on Wednesdays and the
Mhm.
new moon comes in on a Sunday, that's 2 to 3 days in between that. That's not 6 working days.
But wait. This does not. This is not talking about this specific text. It's not talking about you not being able to work.
That's not my point of
Yes,
contention.
that is the point, huh?
No, he didn't ask you that. We're talking
But I'm
about
saying,
the
but
Shabbat.
that's but listen, the thing that you're trying to establish here is
The
because
Shabbat.
right. But the Shabbat. Okay, you're saying I didn't stop working because of the new moon. Is my point.
Okay, so why
No, you don't get it, brother.
asking that? We need to know about Ezekiel 46.
Okay.
This the gates of the inner court is supposed to be
Mhm.
open on the Shabbat, correct?
It's open on the Shabbat, correct?
So why is it also open on the new moon?
It's open on the new moon because they had the number speaks on the new moon sacrifices, right? So every month they had to bring sacrifices, right? For every month. So this is what this is talking about. But this has nothing to do with me working 6 days and then Shabbating on the 7th.
But
But
it's they work 6 days.
hold on. Oz, let him have that though. Let him have that.
Okay,
Because you're still gonna have to now answer the same question.
yeah.
Okay.
Because if I'm gonna say it for the third time, if
Okay.
the Sabbath is fixed the whole year on
Mhm.
Wednesday, and the
Mhm.
new moon comes in on a day that's not 6 working days in between it, this scripture now creates a contradiction in your belief system.
How?
But let's do this. Let me do this. Let me share my screen. Let me share my
I just
screen.
want to establish something, brother. You believe that the moon brings in the new month, but the sun brings in the Shabbat. So according to Ezekiel 46, that means sometimes during the week we're gonna have it open 2 times a week.
That's right. That's when the new moon comes in. That's right.
So you believe it's gonna be open 2 times a week?
That's right. But what would be wrong with that?
The scripture don't say that, brother.
Don't say that.
Scripture don't say that. That's the point.
It just said it.
No, it didn't.
What did it say then?
It said it's only gonna be open on Shabbat
And the new moon. So it said it. So when you're saying the scripture don't say that, but it says it.
but it
I don't
says
understand.
it's only gonna be open after 6 days.
And on the Shabbat and
That's not 6
on the
days,
new
man.
moon.
Hold on, but that's not 6 days. If it goes
Listen,
off the moon and the sun,
it's establishing the 6
no,
days.
brother, hold on, bro. It's not gonna be 6 days after that, bro. Like, nah, bro, we're not gonna play this. It is not gonna be 6 days. If the new moon is on a Tuesday and you're telling me that your Shabbat is on a Wednesday, that means it's not gonna be 6 days after it needs to be open. It's gonna be open 2 days straight.
Okay, let me
Explain that. No, explain that.
So I'm telling you.
Explain that.
I'm explaining it. Okay.
Hold
All right,
on, let me explain it. Let me explain it.
All right, so 6 working days, right? Until the new moon comes, then you open it again for the new moon, right? But that does not stop your 6 working days. You'll open it that time, but you're gonna continue, and then you're gonna open it again at the end of the week. Okay, that it just is what it is. So when his feasts come in, they supersede whatever else is going on. They beat it out. That's just what it is. So you're asking me about a feast that it's just gonna catch where it catch. It is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. But that does not.
It sounds like you're letting your doctrine, you're letting your doctrine or your rhetoric dictate what the text says.
I'm just reading. Look, okay, let's read it one more time.
Because it doesn't go with what you're like. The text doesn't agree with what you're saying. Is what I'm saying.
It says it right here. Listen, the gate of the inner court that looks towards the east shall be shut 6 working days, right? But on the Shabbat it shall be open, right? And then it says, and in the day of the new moon it shall be open, because it needs to establish that this is a separate. It's a separate little festival, right? So I don't see how it goes against. I'm just saying I don't see how it goes against anything I'm saying.
Look, watch this. Look, I'm gonna show you this on the screen. I'm gonna show you this on the screen. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Right. Why is it saying that? Let me get that off the screen. Right. So look at this. Right now, look at it at day number 1. Right, where it says New Moon Day.
Mm-hmm.
So the days of the inner court is going to be open this day, right?
That's right.
It's also going to be open on the Sabbath, correct?
That may not be your Sabbath. It depends on where the lunar calendar falls for your Shabbat. But for you, yes.
Well, brother,
yes.
Hold up. That's problematic, brother. Because let's put a pin in it. Let's put a pin in it real fast. Mm-hmm. Oz, can you read for me 1 Samuel 20.
I'm already there.
20 and 24.
I'm there. This 1 Samuel chapter 20 and verse 24. So David hid himself in the field, and when the new moon was come, the king sat him down to eat meat.
Mm-hmm.
And the king sat upon his seat, as at the other times, even upon a seat by the wall. And Jonathan arose, and Abner sat by Saul's side, and David's place was empty. Nevertheless, Saul spake not anything that day, for he thought something had befallen him. He is not clean.
Surely
he is not clean.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass on the morrow, which was the 2nd day of the month.
Which was the what?
Which was the 2nd day of the month.
Correct.
Do you agree? Did you agree with the text right there, brother?
I agree with the text 100%.
So what day? So would that be a working day?
Yes, that's a working day.
So that means as if the 2nd day is a working day, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means the 8th day is going to be a Sabbath, right?
The 8th, no, you're trying to confuse me. Look, okay, let me do in this same book. Can we flip a little further and then I can show you?
Wait, hold up.
Okay. I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. What you're trying to
tell me. Watch this, right?
Okay.
No, watch this, right? No, I still got the calendar on there, so you can see it.
Right.
So he's saying the day after the new moon is the 2nd day of the month.
That's right.
So to them, that 2nd day of the month is going to be the first day of the working days, correct?
No, he could have already been in a working week, and I'm going to show you in the text why I know that's to be true.
So you're telling me? Hold on. So you're telling me, right? The 2nd day of the month, the 2nd day of the month isn't the start of the work week, like the working days.
In this text, the 3rd day of the month, the 3rd day when he goes to see, I think his name is the priest Abimelech. That's the Shabbat.
That's the Shabbat.
Yep. So let's go there.
Okay, go ahead. Where you at?
It's not far from where we were at. I know that. Hold on. You know what? Maybe I wrote it down somewhere. Samuel 21-6. Okay. All right. So it's 21. So I'm gonna have to read kind of like all of it up until verse 7.
I mean, you can't just get to the point.
The
only reason I'm saying that is because like we're still dealing with Ezekiel 46.
I know.
I just wanted to make a point.
I know, but I don't like the script jump. I like to get the fullness of the script. But if that's what you want to do, it matters not. So because he went here and he asked for food, right? So let's establish that just real quick. All right. And so the priest gave him hallowed bread, for there was no bread but the showbread that was taken from before Yahawah to put hot bread in the day when it was taken away. So this right here tells you that the showbread was being swapped out on that day, and they gave him that showbread and put new hot showbread in. Now, if we go back to, I think it's Numbers, it might be Leviticus. If we go back to Leviticus, it might be in Leviticus 24, right? I want to say that's where it is. You'll see that the showbread is always swapped out on the Shabbat.
Let's see something.
If I may, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you agree?
Hold on, fast. Don't. I'm gonna be right back. Go ahead.
Okay.
You good? Just go.
Oh yeah. So you agree that the day that David ate the showbread is a Shabbat, right?
Right. It's on the 3rd. Correct.
Okay. Now, how many days has it been since the new moon?
It was only 2 days.
2?
Yeah.
All right.
Because the new moon started on the 1st, and he told Jonathan, come get me on the 3rd, right? And Jonathan came on the morning of the 3rd, came and got him, right? And then later on that day, he got to Abimelech, right? And they were like, well, he said,
this is what I
hey,
want
man.
you to do, brother. This is what I want you to do. We're gonna read it. We're gonna read it, right?
Okay.
So go to 1 Samuel chapter 20.
Okay.
Right? I can't share my screen until Yada gets back.
Okay.
So
I can share. I just got. I literally just sat down.
Okay, come.
Here, go ahead.
Yeah, you can pull it up. Okay, yeah, let's read it, right?
Hey man, I just want to say, man, I appreciate y'all brothers being respectful with me and, really reasoning with me with this instead of just stumping me out about it. You know what I'm saying?
All praises, all praises. So look, if you look at, let's start from the beginning of the whole exchange, right? So I start from 1 Samuel 20 and 17.
Okay.
It reads, and Jonathan caused David to swear again because he loved him, for he loved him as he loved his own soul. Then Jonathan said to David, tomorrow is the new moon, and you shall be missed because your seat will be empty. When you have stayed 3 days, then you shall go down quickly and come to the place where you did hide yourself when the business was in hand, and shall remain by the stone Ezekiel, right? Now let's jump all the way down 3 days later, verse 35. And it came to pass in the morning that Jonathan went out to the field at the time appointed with David, and a little lad was with him. So that's 3 days later, right?
Correct.
So you believe right after this he went to go eat the showbread?
Well, you can keep reading, brother.
Well, I mean, we can keep reading, but none of this. The context starts in the next chapter. So let's go there. Hold on. All right, let's go to chapter 21. So it's been 3 days already.
Correct.
Hold on. All right, here we are in chapter 21. We're going to jump down to verse 4. Now he's with the priest. And the priest answered David and said, there is no common bread under my hand, but there is hollow bread, if the young man have kept themselves at least from women. And David answered the priest and said of him, of a truth, women have been kept from us about these 3 days since I came out.
Right.
Since David came out.
Right. Since he came out of the vessel. Right. From where he was at.
From meeting Jonathan.
No. That's not that. Hold on. You trying to trick me? Let me look at this. No.
Wait. Brother, because that you just agreed that David came out and met Jonathan in 3 days.
That's right.
So then in this account right here, he's saying that it's 3 days later after that.
Well, but let's just say it is 3 days later.
No, brother, hold on, brother.
I'm just saying, but even if I'm saying I'm wrong, even if I say okay, I'm wrong, even if I'm saying it is 3 days later, let's just say that hypothetically it's 6 days later.
Okay.
It still wouldn't account for where he is in the month, as far as why it's a Shabbat. You understand what I'm saying? So as far as what y'all are saying where the Shabbat should fall, it still isn't right with the numbers.
I mean, if you add the new moon, it places you right at day 8.
No, but I know, but this is not day 8. This would be day 6.
No. From the new moon. From the new moon.
No. Listen, I understand. So from the new moon till he left was 3 days. He left in the day in 3 days, right? That was the 3rd day. He left. He didn't leave. You're trying to start his leaving point when the new moon, after the new moon came. He left from the start of the new moon 3 days. And even if you put 3 days more on that, that's still 6 days. It's not 8 days.
So you got the new moon, right?
Yeah.
Then you got day 2. That's the first day.
Right.
Day 3.
Yep.
That's the second day.
Mm-hmm.
Day 4, that's
Yep.
the third day. He's out meeting Jonathan.
No. He already met Jonathan on day 3.
That's what I'm saying. It's been 3 days since the new moon.
No, that's not how. That's not what
All right,
the
let's start
text is
again.
reading.
Let's start again.
Right. So let's go. Let's go back to the text. Let's go back. Okay, let's go back to the text that's talking about David meeting with Jonathan, and then Jonathan saying he came back out to him after the new moon. So let's start. He said tomorrow is the new moon. Meet me in 3 days. Right?
Verse
He didn't
19.
say, huh?
Right? It says, when you have stayed 3 days,
Right.
then you shall go down quickly. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we go and we see verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
It's the new moon.
20. Okay, I'm sorry, 24. Where were we? Okay.
First
This
Samuel
is
20 and 24.
20. Okay.
The new moon was come. He has to wait 3 days later, right?
No. Let's go back a little bit, okay?
What?
No. Hold on.
All right, we're gonna go back to 18.
Okay. No. Let's go back to
Said tomorrow is the new
4.
moon.
Let's go back to verse 4 and 20. Okay.
Verse 4. Why are we going to look back to verse 4?
Because it speaks on what he's saying right there.
Okay. I mean, it's saying the same, but
Yeah. So let's just look at it from there.
all right, verse 4, brother.
Mm-hmm.
It really starts in verse 5. David said unto John, behold, tomorrow's a new moon. I should not fail to sit with the king at meat, but let me go that I may hide myself in the field until the third day.
He failed to meet with the king. Jonathan made it to meet with the king, but he didn't go. So he's waiting 3 days from the time that him and Jonathan talked. So that would include the new moon, the next day, and the following day. Okay? So he did not meet with the king the next day, because that's why he said he must be unclean.
Yeah, it's not. So yeah, you're taking into account the new moon here. The new moon is not being taken into account with these 3 days later.
Why wouldn't they be taken into account when they're just in the? They're just counting days. They're not trying to establish that the new moon is the first day and then they're gonna go after. They're just saying, hey, 3 days from now we're gonna link up. That's all they're saying. I don't know how you could gain anything else from that text.
So 3 days from new moon is what?
It would be the third day. So you would be in the third day of the month, right? So the new moon is the first day, right?
Mm-hmm.
The next day would be the second day, and you would be in the third day of the month. And again, as I'm saying, even if we're saying, okay, they added 3 more days because they was out 3 days, that's still in the 6th day. That still wouldn't align with your 8-day lunar calendar. So something was going on here where they're following another Shabbat. And I could take it even further. We can go to the New Testament and we can see the same thing with the Messiah. We can see the exact same thing. If he ate the Pesach, right? If he ate the Pesach on the 14th, and then he rose 3 days later, but they had the Shabbat, right? They had the Shabbat on the 16th or the 17th. Something is off there,
brother. That's honestly, if you want to actually like destroy yourself in this, that's where you would go. Yeah. That does not help you.
All right, wherever y'all want to go, because that's the truth.
I mean, we can go there. We can go ahead and go there. Go ahead and go there.
I'm just saying that David wouldn't have went to go hide during the new moon, because you're not supposed to do stuff like that on the new moon. He would have did that after. So that
all I'm saying is all you gotta do is read the text. I ain't changed the text.
And that's what I mean. He's just gonna agree to disagree.
I'm not disagree. I'm just telling you that I'm listening. All I'm saying is we have to agree.
So I just want to get his. So David was running and hiding on the new moon.
He wasn't doing it. Well, when you say running out, you must assume that the new moon is a Shabbat for you to ask me that.
It is.
All right, so that's where another thing we're gonna now. Where again, you asked me to establish. Where can I establish the?
I just want to ask: do you believe that, brother? What do you believe?
No, I don't. I don't believe that the new moon is a Shabbat.
No, I'm asking that David, was he running and hiding on the new moon?
He was hiding on the new moon. He was, yes. It's very clear in the text.
Okay, all right. I just want to get that clarification, because we don't believe he would have did that, and it literally says it in the text, bro. Because he said at evening. That's the end of that day.
I don't.
Okay, we can move on. We can move on.
We can move on, but I want to hear, how do you explain Amos 8 and 5? Just real quick.
What is it now?
Amos chapter 8, verse 5.
Amos 8 and 5. Let's go
Yeah,
there.
if the new moon isn't a Sabbath, I was just curious since you said that. Then we can go to with the New Testament.
Okay. Let me find Amos. This book is a little different than other books I got. Let me just go to my normal. Let me grab my normal Bible. Give me a second.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, because if you're gonna do that with the text, we might as well just move on, because you're just going to agree to disagree. Like, even if you try to establish your point.
Yeah, it's for. I just wanted to make sure that's what he was standing on.
All right, so Amos 8 and 5. All right, I'm going to go to 4 and just look at it there. Hear this, you who trample on the needy and bring the poor to land to an end, saying, when will the new moon be over, that we may sell grain, and the Shabbat, that we may offer wheat to sell? Now, you're asking me, is it okay to sell or buy on the new moon? Because that's similar to what the Shabbat is, right?
Yes.
So
Can you buy or sell on the new moon?
well, there's nothing in the text that I've ever seen outside of when we go to places like Amos, or when we go to places like Jeremiah, where they even speak in any detail on the new moon. So I couldn't tell you what's established on the new moon, because as you had asked me earlier, it's not established in the Torah. It only tells us that there's the sacrifices that are to be made on the new moon.
Okay, so like I'm really gonna ask the same question again.
Okay.
So why is he basically alluding to it being an unlawful thing to do so?
Well, there are many reasons as to why that could be the case. The main point that I would say is, since this was not established earlier, that this is something that could have been Talmudic, where you have the doctrines of men implemented onto the feast days or certain days, certain aspects of the culture. You know what I'm saying? So,
So
because
you're saying,
again,
so
Mhm.
let me try to make it more succinct for you, like
Yeah.
to see if I understand your point.
Mhm.
So when he says, because right there in the same part, it says, like, in the Sabbath that we may set forth wheat and make the ephah small and the shekel great. Like, basically, like, they're saying, I can't wait for the Sabbath is over so I can buy and sell.
Right.
But in that same breath, he also said the new moon as well. So you're saying later, around the time of Amos, they added something culturally, like something Talmudic, to now equate the new moon with the Sabbath?
I'm again. This is it's only hearsay in the fact that I can't truly establish that with you, man. I can only tell you that I don't see anything in the Torah about the new moon outside of you. Again, so with this, if because I do study it in Hebrew a little bit, it don't even really say that, but we don't got to get into that. But it really don't even say that though, man. But whatever. I don't believe that the new moon is, because what we're doing right now, man. I've done all these things. I looked at this stuff. I may not know the verse by verse like I used to, but I've done all this stuff, right? And I've seen it all, and it's like, well, you have to kind of draw conclusions on some of this stuff, right? So with Amos, again, we don't see that anywhere else. Where else do we see that the new moon is a Shabbat?
Because it was understood.
No, I'm saying, but where else do we see it
This
in the
would be a
text?
proof test. This would be a proof text to that. And
But where,
hold on, brother. This would be a proof text to that. And your only conclusion, which really isn't an assertion, that they added something Talmudic.
right? But I'm just asking, outside of this text, where else can we find that the new moon was treated like a Shabbat?
Leviticus 23, like how we did with the Sabbath.
Okay, so Leviticus 23, it talks about the new moon. All right, let's go back.
And hold that real quick, brother, because
Okay.
you already before we do that. Well, actually, we don't really even need to do that, because you already said what you said there.
But I'm just saying, y'all saying that the new moon is mentioned in Leviticus 23 as a Shabbat. Let's look at it.
But hold on, Fraz. I'm trying to establish something real quick.
Okay.
So you're saying, well, this is the only place we see that. We're saying we would disagree, because when we see the feast days and how they're set, we know, according to Genesis chapter 1, verse 14, the Lord set up lights in the heaven to use as signs and seasons. and appointed times. These are the same appointed times in Leviticus chapter 23. That's how we notice the new moon is a Sabbath and is a Shabbat. And then when you add that with Ezekiel 46, it's clear. That's how we come to that conclusion. And me doing that right there is showing you how we believe what we believe in. But still, we've been on the call for almost 50 minutes, and you still haven't showed us how you come to the conclusion that Wednesday is a Sabbath.
Right, but I'm trying to establish for you. And see what you just did, you didn't establish that the new moon is a feast day, because nowhere in Leviticus 23 does it even mention the new months. So that does not establish anything. The only thing that you can truly say is that the feast days, when they come in, they need to come in their proper times and their proper seasons, right? So if we go back to Genesis 1, it says that he put the luminaries in the sky, the sun and the moon, both for their times, seasons, years, Shabbats. You see what I'm saying? So how can you say one supersedes the other?
Well, I'm not saying one supersedes
the other.
I'm not saying one supersedes the other. Is that when you look at the scriptures, even when you see the word month or the word moon, they're damn near synonymous.
They are. That's how they put them. They pretty much synonymous. This is true.
Yeah, and that shows you what the appointed times are.
Right.
Hold on fast, Yario. And we can see that with the moon, but I've yet to see in the Torah where the sun sets anything.
If you're declaring that the word month means moon, that means that the people's calendar would have had to go off the moon, brother.
Right. So again, I'm not refuting that the moon is the leader of the luminaries. I'm not refuting that in any way. The only thing that I'm trying to establish is that there's a 6-day work week, rest 7, and that's consistent throughout the year. That's it.
But hold up, brother. You're kind of diverting, because I've said this now probably 5 times. Our point of contention isn't specifically of setting the moon setting the feast days. You agree with that. We agree with that. But you believe the sun sets things.
It's Sabbath, right?
But I still need something that at least alludes to that.
Right, and I just gave you 2 things from Leviticus 23 that do allude to that. So again, but listen, you cannot get to if you go through 50 straight days on a lunar calendar, you will not get to 7 Shabbats.
Brother,
that math right there tells you enough.
Hold up. Let's say it does. Let's do this, right? Because I mean, this will really kind of bring it to a head. Let's say that does kill our ideology. It doesn't, but let's say it does, right? That doesn't prove the sun sets anything.
Well, can I? I don't know if you guys are into the Dead Sea Scrolls, but this is documented empirical information, and it shows the calendar, right?
Brother. I want you to show me in Torah where the sun sets any type of feast.
Right, and so I just did. Again, if you don't,
brother, you didn't though. Like,
but you have
not
not shown us a single scripture that said the sun does that, bro.
Right. Listen, but even listen. All I'm trying to say is this,
brother. I'm being loving. You have not.
Here it is. The reason that I agree with you about some parts, that's the part that's hurting me in this conversation, right? Because I do agree that the moon sets the feast days, right? I agree with that. So, but you're trying to make that the establishment that the moon creates the year, and it does not.
No, brother. What's hurting you in this argument is that you came to the conclusion that Wednesday is the Sabbath, and you can't elaborate on why it is.
But I can, but you don't want me to go to the scriptures because I got to show you strictly from the Torah.
No. You have to show it in Torah because that's
right. I got to show you strictly from the Torah, but you can't show me. But you can't show me in the Torah where the new moon is.
Brother, see, and this is the you keep trying to put the microscope back on.
I'm not trying to put it back on us, but if you're gonna put a blockade on me, right? If you're gonna block me from being able to prove to you what I know.
Salaki, just real quick, brother. So you believe that the new moon is the beginning of the month?
I do.
So for Passover, we count 14 days after the new moon.
That's right.
And then after Passover, what is that? After 14th day, what is the 15th day?
The Feast of Messiah.
And that's a holy convocation, right?
That's correct.
That first 15th day is a Shabbat, right?
The 15th day is not. No, it's not. So we can go to the. Let's go to the
Whoa.
scripture. Let's go. Let's go. No.
Yes, it is.
No, let's
Yes,
go to
it is.
Leviticus
Hold
23.
on. Yachty, can we pull that up? Can we put
Wait, no. Look, bro. Honestly, hold the Boz.
Oh.
See, this is why I didn't want you. This is why I didn't want you to do that. Because I still need. We can't run away from the fact that we need a scripture that says the sun sets any type of feast day or the Sabbath.
Okay, listen,
I need that.
So listen, if we go to the beginning, where is it? Is it 14?
Genesis 14 doesn't say that, brother.
So this is what it does say though. And Elohim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also, and Elohim set them in the expanse of the heavens to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. I'm sorry, that's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. Genesis 1 isn't what you're looking for, because
it's not.
All these feast days that we see, like in Leviticus 23, we know they're off the moon. You know that they're off the moon,
right? Listen,
hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all. I want you to talk. I really do, but I want you to answer specifically what I'm asking you.
Okay.
Like, show me a scripture that says we get the Sabbath off of the sun in Torah.
That's all we ask.
Because we can do that. We can do that. We can do that with the moon. So can you show us that with what you believe in Torah?
Listen, the reason that the only thing I can show you is how the days are set up. Right? The same way that you can only show me how the days are set up. Like, it does not nothing clearly states what's setting what here. Like, I'm agreeing with you that the moon does establish these things.
If you agree with it, that means that.
No, but listen, but I could have been on this panel and saying, well, I believe that the sun establishes the month, right?
Well, you have to show that.
Right, but I'm just saying, but you can't. How can you show to me that the moon establishes the month in Torah?
Because we just all
you have to hold on. You have to stop doing that.
No, I don't. Listen, you're telling me to prove something, and it's like I'm trying to show you that neither party can do that proof.
No, Yario, you can't like that. Like, I hate when people make arguments like that. Like, when you can't prove your point, the other person has to now be wrong. When you got on the comment section last night or this morning, you said we were wrong for what we are teaching.
That is true.
And then I asked you, would you like to come on and explain what you believe in, and as far as the Sabbath? You have yet to prove that. As far as
I think I have done a pretty good job.
I got literally one sentence. You have yet to prove that as far as the sun sets the Sabbath. Go in there and show us that. If you're right and we're wrong, show us that in Torah.
Yeah, that's all we asking.
That's all we ask.
Right. But listen, what I'm trying to say. Excuse me. But it's not right how you're trying. Listen, you're telling me, okay, you have to establish it this way. I'm going to remove all books that have anything to do with this. Like, so when we talk, you say, hey, we don't believe in the Jubilees and we don't believe in the Book of Enoch. Well, that's where I have to go to establish this.
And that's problematic because those books are
not
fake.
Because guess what? No, it's not. Enoch is just as old. Listen, Enoch is just as older. You got to think the reason that we follow the moon to begin with is because of his teachings.
No, it's not.
It is.
You don't have
show me. Okay, so you're saying it's not. Show me in the Torah where it says that the moon establishes the month.
Man. See, and Dario, you did for the third time. We're not
doing the same thing.
Right, but no, because again, you're blocking me from my book. You're blocking me, but you're asking me to do something where this is where I learned it from. So I have to establish.
So you didn't learn this. So you didn't learn this from the Torah. You learned this from us.
You learned it from Enoch,
right? Because either let me
exactly, brother. That's the problem.
Either you believe Enoch or you believe.
I believe God. The Torah, yes.
Right, but listen, this is what I'm going to say.
Either
you believe Enoch or you believe the Gentile. Either you believe in the 364 day or you believe in the 365 day.
We don't believe in none of that.
And then they got a 366 day.
Hold up, Yario. That's the problem, Yario. You're talking about a Gentile. The book of Enoch that you have is not the original book of Enoch. Enoch existed pre-Diluvian, before the flood. There is no book that's surviving the flood. That's not the real book.
You're saying that, but it's proof in the book.
It's not proof in the book.
Yes, it is.
Hold on. How the hell do you get a whole book from only a bunch of ripped up pieces of paper? Because that's what the original text of Enoch is, really just a bunch of like little pieces of particle paper.
Well, but
not even put together. So how do you get a whole book from that?
Okay, so the original text is actually found in the Ethiopic Bible in Geese. I'm sorry.
No, because the Ethiopian Bible only has 12 manuscripts, and Enoch is not one. You're not talking to brothers that don't know this.
Give me 1 second.
Like, you can go to the Botanical Garden, and in the Botanical Garden will tell you that the Ethiopian Bible only has 12 manuscripts, and Enoch and Jasher is not one of them.
Well, that can't be true.
And that's it's so hold up, Yario. Before you said it, it's so problematic to now use a book that's in question, right? Even if you want to try to believe it, everybody questions the validity of that book in all the realm of scholarship and academia, right? So you're going to use that book that's in question to now tell you what the Torah means and what the law says.
But
like,
I didn't. But that book only reestablishes what I've already been trying to say to y'all. Because again, if we look at Leviticus 23, chapter 2,
but in Leviticus 23, if you go into the Hebrew word for month, it's gonna literally say new moon.
I know what it says.
So then that means the beginning of the month is the new moon.
But understand,
and then you gotta count. Hold on, because because I've been hearing you saying, well, you're not gonna be able to count 50 days. That don't make sense. If in Leviticus 23, when it's talking about the first of the month, it's saying the new moon in Hebrew, and then it's saying to count after that. How could I be able to count after that if you're telling me I can't?
So again,
no, brother, explain that.
I'm gonna explain it. So in Hebrew, the word for moon is yediah. Right,
man. Nah, bro.
I'm just telling you. I'm gonna establish.
Not, bro.
Like, no, it is.
It's not. In the Brown Drivers Briggs lexicon, it does not say that, bro.
That's fine, but guess what? The word.
I can go in here in Leviticus 23 and pull that word up, and it's not gonna say that.
Just hear me out. In the Hebrew, the word they use consistently is the word kadesh. But what they do is when they went back into the language and they put those little dots. Listen, they put the little dots.
That word for month right there in verse. What is it?
Hold on. I want him to say this. I just want him to say it.
I know, but I just want him to scream.
No, wait, no. I want him to say that. I want him to say that they changed the text.
Yeah. So when they put the little dots in there, what it allows, it makes it more like an English understanding, right? This is why a lot of brothers turn from the modern Hebrew and go to the Paleo Hebrew, because they know how they play with the language a little bit. It's not as severe as English, but it's there. So the word Kadesh, if you look it up, it means new, and that's it, right? But when we look at it in the Bible, we saying it's a new moon or new month, right? But there's no way to truly establish that, right? Because the word is just new. So whenever you're going through the Bible, you'll see this word and it will just be new. But it does not necessarily represent moon or month. It just means new. So I hear what you're saying. I got what y'all saying. But again, that's because that same word you'll find it'll say moon, it'll say new moon, it'll say month, it'll say new month, it'll say all this stuff, right? It'll say new by itself. So again, that's a bad establishment trying to say, well, hey, because this says new, it means new moon. No, it doesn't. It could be new month. And so
you can do the same thing for 1 Samuel 20:5, but we went to. You can't even prove your point there. You said you could prove your point there, but that word
I did.
But you can't, because you just said the word is there, so that means it's wrong. How do we know that's? How do we know that's not moon?
But regardless if that means moon or month, that's not even important. The point is they established a new month at that time. But what I'm saying is that Sabbath didn't fall on the day that you say it should have failed.
So establish a new month on what?
I'm sorry.
Establish a new month on what?
I can't understand you. I'm sorry, my man.
It established the new month by what?
No, okay, so in the English, it does say new moon. That's what it says. But I'm just trying to say in the Hebrew, it'll just say Kadesh.
Hey, you got it, bro.
I'm not trying to listen. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm not
trying to hear it, bro. I'm not trying to hear it.
I was gonna pull out history.
I'm not trying to hear it, bro.
Because he was just gonna say something. Well, how do you know this? Because, bro, he's playing with this word right here that say month. And if you go into the Brown Drivers Briggs lexicon, it literally says new moon.
It's look. Hold up. Like nobody's going to agree with that. Like when I'm saying, I'm talking about what he's saying right there. Nobody's going to agree with that. Like every time you look at the word new moon or you type it in the English and search for it, you get either Kodesh or the other one, right? All of them say new moon. All of them say monthly, first day of the month in the lunar month, right? You can't and like that. I don't care about what, put a do-rag on or a kufi on and don't get with a camp and study bug out madness out of the book of Enoch and the book of Jasher and think they know something, and it irritates the shit out of me. It just irritates the shit out of me, bro. Yep. You can't prove your point in the Torah. The Torah is where the Sabbath is established. Why do I need the book of Enoch?
Why do I need the book of Jasher?
No. When you look in these books, the first page or two claims that it was written from an Edomite.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? I let him have it for a little bit because it's just the shenanigans is crazy. Like every time you ask this man to prove his point, oh well, if I'm wrong, y'all wrong too. No, prove your point. Prove your damn point.
Look at that. Look at that. Look what that says, bro. Lunar month, new moon, month, monthly. The word that he's talking about just literally just means moon. Like in Hebrew, if we're literally just talking about, oh, look at the moon, that would be the Hebrew word for that. But when we're talking about the beginning of the month, that's the word for that. And it literally means new moon, newness, new moon, month. Like he's playing, bro.
You playing game. It's just like especially with Ezekiel 46, he was doing his best to get away from that.
He did not want to deal with that. But all I'm saying is he kept saying that you can't count 50 days off of the new moon, but you can count 14 days off the new moon. Like, how is that possible if we're looking at Leviticus 23 and all these months are named or off the new moon? How the hell are they counting then? If you can't get the 50 days, how are they counting? Like, I don't know.
What are they counting?
Yeah, what are they counting, bro?
But like the point is, what's crazy is like I hate that I let this happen. But he's saying, remember when I first went to 1 Samuel?
Yeah,
he's talking about like about how days are reckoned. Their days are reckoned off of what the new moon is.
Yes,
they had no Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Their second day, right, is relative to what the first day was. So if it says tomorrow, and tomorrow was the second day, to them that's day 2. That's the first day of the working days.
That's why Yahawah was pointing him like if he was hiding for 3 days, he would have came out on the 4th. That's why he was pointing that out. But it's like, I don't know, bro was trying to play with it, bro. He kept trying to play. And every time we asked him, bro, can you show us how the Shabbat is off of the sun? He didn't have anything. He just kept saying, well, I mean, I can't really show you that, but you know, I agree that the month started off the moon, but it ain't gonna line up with the Shabbat. I'm like, bro, you just one day you just say, you know what? I don't want to follow new moon, bro. I want to do it how I want to do it. That's basically what he did, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask him. I was gonna ask him, how did our forefathers, reckon? Did they go off the sun or did they go off the new moon? I was gonna bring it out, but yeah, I don't think he would have cared.
Bro, we have a whole law of Leviticus, I believe it's 18, where it talks about not following the ways of the Egyptians. That's the Egyptians.
Going off the sun, yes.
And then, like you said, like there was 11 fragments of Enoch found, bro. How the hell did you have a whole book out of 11 fragments?
Bro, I hate because they always go to the Ethiopian Bible. So I did some studying on it, and it comes out that, bro, they only got 12 manuscripts for that whole book. So really, all them other books is just copied from what he got in his hand, and they just put it in the Enoch Bible. I mean, the Ethiopian Bible. Like they don't even the Ethiopians don't even got no original manuscripts in it. They just go with it because it's in there. Like brothers got to do more scholarship in what they're reading, bro.
It's like it's madness. It's just like even out the gate, like when Leviticus 23 and 2 was read, it did its best to avoid it, bro.
But that's what a lot of Friday, Saturday, Shabbat keepers or people that don't go with the new moon, they're going to tell you that, oh well, no, when it say feast day there, that's not talking about the Shabbat, even though it said that you're going to proclaim these days as the feast. Then literally right after that, it names the first feast day, which is the Shabbat. They just be playing with the Torah, bro.
Like we can prove our point with just Genesis, Leviticus 23, and I mean, you could go to the prophets, but you really don't need to, because honestly, looking at history, we didn't have no Gregorian, no Julian, no Roman, or any of these calendars. All we had was the moon. How the hell are we reckoning numbered days off of the moon, but now our Sabbath is based off something else?
Bro, I don't even know, bro. I had him in that Passover. I said, so the first day of the month is new moon. He said, yes. I said, so I count 14 days. What is that? He said, it's Peshat. I said, the day after that, what is that? That nigga, he paused because it's the Shabbat. He knows the Shabbat.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Bring that Philo out, man, for the video sake.
Yeah, bring it out.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get it. I'll put it up.
Put that in the camera, dog.
I'll put it up. Hold on. Let me get it. Because I was going to ask him about that. Let me get it.
Shit crazy, bro. I really tried, bro. I be trying to let him make it, but after so long, I can't deal with the play.
He struck a nerve with me with that Ezekiel 46. I'm like, bro, it says it's gonna be it's only supposed to be open after 6 working days. So if your Shabbat is Wednesday, the new moon lands on Tuesday, that breaks what it's saying. That's not 6 working days after that. He's like, well, no, it's just saying and there. I'm like, bro, no, bro, you know what that is.
I'm just saying, like, how is your Sabbath on Wednesday? We could never get I said, bro, I asked to do like 5-6 times. How did you come to the conclusion that the Sabbath is Wednesday?
He said, I got to read the book Enoch to you.
No, I ain't reading no book.
They try to convert us, dog. It's kind of like when you talk to a Jehovah's Witness, they just hand you a pamphlet. You're like, hold on, bro. Explain it to me. What you got to read right here.
I just hate that they say the new moon isn't biblical, and then when you ask them about their position, they can't prove anything from the Bible.
Nothing. The only thing they can say is, well, you're wrong.
Yeah. But look, check this out. So this the works of Philo. This section is the Decalogue on page 526.
You can't put that on the screen?
Nah, I got a physical book.
Lord in Christ.
Got the physical copy of
yeah, this is a book. Section 20, number 96. It reads, the 4th commandment has reference to the sacred 7th day, that it may be passed in a sacred and holy manner. Now, some states keep the holy festival only once in the month, counting from the new moon as a day sacred to God.
Counting
from the new moon as a day sacred to God, but the nation of the Jews kept every 7th day regularly after each interval of 6 days.
Woo! And that's from Philo, who lived around the time of Christ, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make
sure. Yeah. Then when you skip, you go to Special Laws 2 on page 582, titled the 5th Festival. It says there's another festival combined with the Feast of Passover, namely of unleavened bread, from which it derives its name. This feast is begun on the 15th day of the month, in the middle of the month, on the day on which the moon is full of light. So if you count back, it places the beginning of the month, the beginning of the first month of the year, smack dab on a new moon.
Right there on the new moon. Like, people got to stop it, bro. Like, I don't even know why we debate it, because it's like, bro, we love brothers. We not finna, bash you about the Shabbat, because it's like, brother, at least you keeping the Shabbat. I ain't even here trying to keep it. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like, when you come at us and say, oh, the new moon is wrong, then we put you, under the magnifying glass. You don't have anything, though. You don't even have a doctrine. It's just this is how I feel. I don't know. It's convenient. It's convenient.
The feeling I had when I sparked the blunt and read the book of Enoch.
But look at this. Look at this. Remember, we just read that on the 15th day is supposed to be like the full moon, right? This is Special Laws, page 550, section 178. It reads, the moon waxes and wanings in equal intervals, both as it increases and diminishes in illumination. The 7 lambs, because it received the perfect shapes in periods of 7 days. The half moon in the first 7-day period after its conjunction with the sun. Full moon in the second, And when it makes its return again, the first is to the half moon, then it ceases at its conjunction with the sun.
So in 2 weeks, you should have a full moon.
And 2 weeks after that is a new moon, which places you right on the Sabbath being on new moon.
Oh my God, bro.
Crazy. It's like if you want to keep the Saturday Sabbath, I mean, I got you. I ain't never heard of this. I was really kind of interested to hear how he came to his conclusion. We ain't heard nobody say the Sabbath is Wednesday.
He blew me. He said when he got on the camera and said, "No, I don't believe in a Friday, Saturday." I'm, what?
Whoa. Well, I'll say this, right? When it comes to the Sabbath, because some camps, they say this, right? Some camps, they say they rather have a perpetual Sabbath, whatever day you choose, just do 7 days after that. And they admit they do it out of convenience. I would much rather say they do it out of convenience than a be prideful and say what we believe in is not biblical.
At least,
like that's what pisses me off. This man did not show at all how his understanding of the Sabbath is biblical, yet he criticizes ours on being not biblical.
You can't get 50 days.
I'm like, are you telling me you can't count 50 days? Just because I go off the new moon, you're telling me I can't count 50 days? That doesn't even make sense. I'm still tripping on this Ezekiel 46, bro, because it literally says, "Thus said the Lord God, the gate of the inner courts that looketh towards the east shall be shut the 6 working days." It's going to be shut 6 working days. If you have a Shabbat on a Wednesday and your new moon lands on a Monday, it won't be shut 6 working days.
His only answer, well, this Sabbath could be different. But I don't know why I let him go somewhere. Even if it wasn't, that still don't line up.
That doesn't line up, bro. It don't.
And you know what's funny? I hate that I let him wiggle out of that, because, like, okay, the only way for that to work is that the Sabbath would have to be the same day as the new moon.
That would, bro. That's what I was like, bro. Are you serious right now? He said it's supposed to be shut 6 working days. If you do the Friday, Saturday, Shabbat, the new moon could literally land on a Wednesday, and then your Shabbat comes Friday, bro. It will not be closed 6 days.
Yep.
It just won't.
Yep. And I'm looking at it, man. Going back to Leviticus 23, 7 Sabbaths. That places you at 49, and then you're supposed to count the morrow after the 7th Sabbath. That will be day 50. 7 times 7 is 49. The next day
is 49. That means the day after that would be Pentecost, bro. 50. What you mean you can't count? Well, maybe you just can't count, but we can count over here, bro.
Yeah. It's just like damn, you went from celebrating the lunar Sabbath to reading the book of Enoch. Now you're bugged out. That now you can't even explain what you believe in.
Hey, that should show you why you don't read the book of Enoch. You see how fast doctrine of change is. He done read Jasher or Enoch.
My Sabbath is on a Wednesday, bro.
On Wednesday.
But then I can't tell you exactly if it's on a Wednesday. I just do it on Wednesday.
I was like, no, nigga. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way this real life. Shit is not real life, bro.
My nigga Delta in the blacks.
Shalom, family. First and foremost, I have to give all praises, all glory, and all honor unto the Most High God, Yahawah, Of course, I do so in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahawah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. It's your brother Ariala of Sakari, and I am excited to present to you, the nation of Israel, the official Hebrew Israelite Bible. Now, this has been the culmination of 4 long years of hard work, and it is available for purchase at HIBofficialZion.com. Get yours today.